You have it? Beginning at verse 1. David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto him. And he became a captain over them. And there were with him about 400 men. Verse 3. And David went thence to Mizpah of Moab. And he said unto the king Moab, Let my father and my mother, I pray thee, come forth, and be with you till I know what God will do for me. Verse 4, and he brought them before the king of Moab, and they dwelt with him all the while that David was in the hold. Verse number 5, and the prophet Gad said unto David, Abide not in the hold, depart, and get thee into the land of Judah. Then David departed and came into the forest of Horeb. I want to read really quickly from verse 1 from the NLT version. Listen. David therefore departed from there and escaped to the cave of Adullam. Repeat after me. Say, neighbor. When your cave becomes your recovery room. Turn around and tell another neighbor, when your cave becomes your recovery room. Look at somebody and tell them, thank God for the cave. Look at it and say, neighbor, without the cave, I wouldn't have recovered. Please be seated in the presence. I just need 2 screamers, 2 leapers, and about 5 hand clappers. Now I need everything that have breath to give God praise. Quickly. When your cave becomes your recovery room. If you are a student of the scripture, how many students of the scripture do I have? How many people study the word of the Lord? Whether you read it daily, every 3 days, every 4 days, every month. If you are a student of the scripture, and if you study the life and times of David, anybody ever study the life of David? Anybody know anything about David other than the fact that he sinned with Bathsheba? Can somebody give me one good characteristic of David? The warrior, a who? A praises. And if you study the word of the Lord, and if you study the life of David, you will see that at this particular point in David's history, in his life and in his history, we must realize that he had been anointed the next king of Israel. You do know that David was anointed authentically to be king of Israel. Who was the king of Israel when David was anointed to become king? I'm going to ask you the question again. Who was the king of Israel when David was anointed king? Who was? I didn't say you were wrong. See, this is how you do in your regular life. Who? What? Don't waver. This ain't no time to waver. Who was the king? Listen to the question, because there's a point to the question. Who was the king of Israel when David was anointed king? Saul. Oh. So what you trying to say, Pastor? Are you telling me that while there was a king on the throne, somebody else was anointed king? I need to tell you, yes, he was anointed king, but he had not yet been appointed to take the throne. You got to understand that if you're going to work for God and if you're going to do what God tells you, you need to be anointed before you walk in a deacon's shoe or a minister's shoe or a minister or elder's shoe. You need to be already anointed by God and in preparation for where God is taking you and what you're going to do. It is amazing because he was anointed king, but he had not yet been appointed. I think at the onset of this message, there's a few coins that are going to hurt. I think ask me why. Why? Because you must understand that because you are anointed to do something, God is not a God that's a schizophrenic. He's not a God that's a lunatic, because you can't have 2 heads over something at the same time. You got to understand that sometimes God anoints us, and when he anoints us, he just puts us in a holding pen. He puts us in a cave because he wants to protect. You don't don't understand. Our anointing needs to be protected. That's why when you're anointed, you can't hang out with everybody and anybody. You can't go where everybody else goes. You get quiet now. You can't do what everybody else do. Because when you've been called out and when you've been chosen, God called you out, and now people are picking on you because you've been picked out by God. It is amazing because for a long period of time, and I'm going to move to the quiet bit rehearse, for a long period of time, after David was anointed, Saul remained king of Israel. And what was so crazy about this particular time, I'm telling you, I'm coming down somebody road. I knew it already. I was hoping God would switch it. He didn't switch it today. For a long period of time, after he was anointed, Saul stayed king and became very jealous of David and did his best to eliminate David from the scene altogether. So now I understand why you do what you do. Now I understand why you treat people the way you treat people. Because you know that they have been anointed to be the next. You know that they have been called and chosen. And so if you can kill them while they're in waiting, if they can kill you while you're in the emergency room and you never even get to see your primary doctor, you do know when you go to the emergency room, after they tell you at the end when they release you, you need to go see your primary doctor. The devil knows that if he can kill you now, you will never get to your purpose. And hello in the school. Hello in the school. Sometimes you got to understand that seclusion is the best thing that ever happened to you. So the Bible says, can I preach in this school if you would? If I had a praying church. Thank you, sir. It's amazing because Saul, let me tell you something about jealousy, and I gotta move real quick. Let me tell you something about jealousy is something. Woo, jealousy. Let me tell you something. Jealousy will make you spend all your money trying to look like somebody else. Hello, I know y'all can hear me. Jealousy, Jealousy will make you lie on your friends. Jealousy will make you turn your back on your own family. You don't have to be jealous of nothing and nobody have. Because whatever God has for you, whatever God is going to do for you, God's going to do for you. When you learn how to celebrate somebody else, God will open up doors beyond your belief. It's amazing, it's amazing because he was jealous. He tried to do everything he could to eliminate David. See, he didn't just want David not to be the next. He just wanted David out altogether. Now I understand, Trustee Brown. Now I understand why the people that you have added to your foolishness and your craziness, because all of y'all think the same. All of y'all are the same. You don't want nobody to make it but yourselves. And then I want you to watch this. You only want your group to make it. And I promise you that if you stay in that group long enough, there's somebody in that group that's going to turn on you. Because when it looks like you're doing better than they are doing, they will do anything to eliminate you. It's amazing. So the Bible says that Saul, watch this. Saul was living in wickedness. He was rebellious. My God, in wickedness and rebellious. And because of his wickedness and his rebellion, the Bible says that the blessings of God, watch this now, the blessings of God had departed from his life. I need to tell you, I don't care how anointed you are, I don't care how called you are, I don't care how long you've been in the church doing what you're doing. When you start living a wicked life and when you start living a rebellious life, God will remove his hand off of your life. You will still work, but you won't work with an anointing. You'll still sing, but you won't sing with no anointing. You will still preach and teach, but you will not do it with the anointing. And when you do it without the anointing, it does not make sense. But when you do it with the anointing, it makes the difference. So today, I'm not here to make sense. I'm here to make a difference. Say, neighbor, I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm here to impact somebody's life. Should I preach? Now, don't make it hard for me because I'm in this school. Saul was living wicked. He was living rebellious. The blessings of God, the Bible says, the blessings of God had departed from his life. And now watch this. Oh my God, I'm coming down somebody. I'm going in the back of the church for a minute. Not all the way in the back, middle. Watch this. Saul became so upset. He became upset because, okay, let me do it like this. You know you're wrong. You won't apologize. You know you're wrong. You know you did it. You know you said it. And now I have to forgive you for an apology that you didn't even give me. I have to forgive you. And you didn't even apologize. I gotta forgive you for it. And I'm sorry that you never gave me. Not only did you not verbally say you were sorry, but your actions still don't prove. But I have to forgive you. Why? Because my next miracle depends on me forgiving you, and I need my miracle more than I need your friendship. Ain't got nobody here. Ain't got nobody in the church. Bible says, gotta move. Bible says, Saul upset. Ask me why. Because David became a major threat. Oh my God, I don't mean no harm today. David became a major threat to his security. The reason why some of us that's been around a long time, and I'm talking about us from 15 years and up. I ain't going to the 40 and 50. 15 years and up. We get upset because we see people coming into the church that God is saving and cleaning. And because we've been lazy and doing nothing, we're upset and we're threatened because God is raising up a nation that will obey. When Moses died, everybody under Moses died. And when Joshua got up putting, God gave Joshua a new set of people. It shouldn't matter to you who mopped the floor, just as long as the floor gets clean. I just said something. They always mopping. You know why? Because cleanliness is godliness. Maybe they wouldn't always mop if you pick up the mop. Why don't you take the mop and say, I'll do that? Sit down, because they're going to pick up.
Help us. Help us, Melania. We need help. Help the people.
The Bible says, you got to move their man at me now.
Help us today.
The Bible says, came a threat to the security of Saul, because Saul was so complacent. He was so, okay, I know sense of me playing no game. I'm going to tell you. Can I just tell you this? And I need you to know this. When you decide that you're not going to do it no more, I need you to know that just like a woman that's in waiting to be married, I need you to know that there's somebody right near you that's just waiting to be asked, can you pick up the bread? Can you pick up the grape juice? Can you pick up some envelopes? Can you pick up some that? There's somebody just waiting. Because although the harvest is plentiful, I am standing on the fact that the labors are no longer few. God has sent labors to GFG. We've been in the cave because we had to recover from some stuff. But there's some of us that's ready to step out and say, Pastor, I'm ready to do what you asked me to do. Pastor, where you want me to go? What you want me to pick up? What you want me to put down? What you want me to buy? What you want me to... I refuse to pastor you and be defeated saying we ain't got enough. We're about to have more than enough. There are doors open. There are windows open. I just had to stay in the cave so when I recovered and came out, I'll be like Superman. When Clark Kent came out, I went in low, but I came out faster than a speeding bullet. It ain't a plane, it ain't a bird. It's the Holy Ghost that has given me feet like hinds feet. So if you don't want to do it, say I don't want to do it. Thank you. Next. Sit down. Sit down, Dickens. And so, watch this, I'm going to move. Became a threat, gotta move. Became a threat. And one of the reasons why it became a threat is because David, I'm getting ready to come down. I'm going every row right now. Became a threat. Not because of the way he looked, not because of what he wore. He became a threat to Saul because David had something that Saul did not have. and that was the favor of God. So while you think they're mad because your hair's green and blue, they're not mad. They're mad because favor is on you, and you was not supposed to make it this far. You were not supposed to make it this far. You were supposed to die in those last three things, not the last thing. The first thing between they mad because you made it and God favored you, and you didn't live perfect, but you lived repentant. So David had the favor of God. Not only did David have the favor of God, but the Bible says, that with favor, he had patience. I need to talk to a few of y'all that gotta have it now. Gotta have it. What in there? Gotta have it. Learn patience. Possess ye patience in your soul. Because when you wait on God, as a matter of fact, the prophet, the highly evangelical prophet Isaiah said, but they that wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. You gotta learn how to wait. I need to tell you that waiting is worth it. When you're waiting for what God has in his will, when you're waiting for what God has in his will for you, it is worth it. Look at somebody, tell them, the yellow on the sign says temporary. Say, neighbor, I've had enough temporary stuff. I'm ready for some permanent stuff. I said this, and you can keep it on the tape. This is a joke. Did I tell? I think I told Shatiana. I sent a saying. I said, Sha, if I don't have a date for Valentine's Day, I'm going to screenshot my DM. Because if I'm going to be single on the 14th, everybody else going to be single on the 14th. I'll say it again. In my DM, hey Bishop, how you doing? He had the favor of God. People are angry with you because of favor. It ain't fair, but it's favor. You don't know how long I waited for this. You don't know how much I prayed for this. You don't know how many times I fasted, not because I wanted to, couldn't eat because of the troubles of the world. And now God has delivered me, and God has brought me out, and God has cleaned me up, and God has fed me, and God has cleaned up my inside and my outside. You didn't see me when I was in the cave. You're looking at me now in recovery, but you don't know like I know what the Lord has done for me. Now watch this. Now watch this. Yeah, you didn't see me. You didn't see me. You weren't there. You don't know when. You don't know the cost of the oil in my alabaster. So don't be angry if I wash his feet with my tears and dry them with my hair. You don't know the cost of the oil. You don't know the nights that I toiled. You don't know the nights that I laid on my face. You don't know the times I wanted to go out and have a good time with everybody else, but I couldn't because favor said, be still, stay in the cave. When I get ready to bring you out, this time they'll know that it was God. I said, this time they will know that it was God. Hey, preach, Ellen. Look at somebody, tell them you don't know. Look at them, you don't know. You only know part of the story. But there's a part of my story that I ain't told nobody, Harold. Some of my story belongs only to me. So the Bible says it. Come on. The favor of God. Not only did he have the favor of God, but he had patience. And his patience was in waiting for God's timing to put him on the throne of Israel. I know you believe that you belong in that area. Okay. And if you really believe it, then patience would be your virtue. There's some areas, Auntie, there's some areas that I know God's going to send me in. But he got to clean out the area before I get there. Can anybody hear me on the right? There's some places that God is going to send me at my age. At my age and older. I ain't too old to do 3-night crusade, but you know what? Some people before me have made such a calamity and such a mess. God got to clean up some stuff before he send me, because they won't believe me like they didn't believe them. We have patience in waiting on God's timing for him to take the throne. Now let me move. Now, watch this. While David was waiting, you ready? While David was waiting, David had an opportunity. You ready? While he was waiting to go to the throne, David had an opportunity to take the life of Saul. He had a couple of times, and one of the times the Bible said that he cut off a piece of Saul's garment. Ooh, watch this. He cut off a piece of Saul's garment to show that he could have done so. Let me tell you something. People are vexing you little by little. They're trying to show that they could get you. But I would equate the cutting of Saul's garment, a piece of it, while David could have bragged and said, I got a piece of his garment. And if I got a piece of his garment, I could get a piece of him. Come on here. If you go to the New Testament, and that's the one with the issue of blood, she didn't cut off a piece of Jesus' garment. All she did was touch. I came to tell you, you're trying to cut me to get ahead. You're trying to cut me to get up. Be careful how you touch my garment, because you better not handle a holy garment with an unclean hand. Your hand will wither. Take your mouth off of everybody that's anointed. Anointed people don't talk about people. Now they're quiet in some of the sections. And so, I gotta go.
They're not listening.
Y'all just pray for me. I ain't preaching in school in about 30 years probably. I don't know. This a pulpit. I got a stage because I'm not an actor. I've been a lot of places in my life and time. Seen a lot of things. Even made some bad ones. Acted out my life on stages. I am not acting out my life on a stage as a preacher. I'm living my best blessed life as an anointed servant of Jesus Christ. I don't always get it right. I miss some T's and I miss some I's, but I'm here to stand and say, God, I thank you for favor. God, I thank you for the cane. God, I thank you for recovery. God, I thank you for being stable. God, I just want to say thank you. Watch this. I gotta move. And so he comes up and says, God, the thing that set him apart. Watch this. Repeat after me. He cut off a piece of his garment, but he didn't take his life. I just want to talk to those that know you've been touched by the enemy, but the enemy couldn't totally destroy you. He might have broke you up with one or two people. He might have scandalized your name, and some people don't look at you the same. But there's some people, when they love you through the good, and they love you through the bad. You can't change my mind about my friend until my friend do something to me. That's my friend. And when my friend is in a cave, I'll go in the cave with my friend, and I'll pray my friend out of the cave. Brothers keeper. promises keeper. Wish I had a church in here. Shout and say yes. Yes. I've been longing to run like this for a minute. God says he didn't take the life.
No.
But I'm going to show you something. Because see, listen. Because let me tell you what we do. We do things. And then we brag about what we do. We do bad things. Negative things. And we brag. David did not do that. While he did take, can I tell you this? Part 2 of the rumor is true. Don't sit there. You want me to tell you? Okay, you want me to call 2 of you out and tell you the latest rumor that they just said about you? No, you don't. Part 1, I said I didn't believe. The only reason why I believe part 2 is because I saw you. Your actions showed that part 2 was true. Not David. Watch this. He cut a piece of his gun. You got that right? Didn't brag about it. He didn't take the life of Saul. Right? And you know what? Let me show you what happens when God is in you. Today you're going to find out. Tongue talking, foot stomping, fallouts. You're going to find out that does not depict that you have a relationship with Jesus. What shows your relationship with Jesus, with David? David said, yeah, I cut his garment. And I could have taken him out. I didn't take him out. I didn't take him out. First of all, why would I want to remove you when I know that I've been anointed? I'm anointed. And whether it's from 23, 33, 297, Eastern District, Fort Hamilton, Midwood, South Shore, Brooklyn Tech, Stuyvesant, Brooklyn College, Manhattan College, University of Alabama, triple ULCAAA. I am anointed. And not only am I anointed, but the only reason why he withstood the cave, as my daughter Shaniqua said at one of my services, he was anointed for the cave. So, as much as I don't want to believe and receive it, I have really been anointed and chosen to take on the task that I'm taking on. It don't feel good. Sometimes the response is horrible. But I am still anointed for the cave. And while I was in the cave, I had God. David said, I had every opportunity, but guess what? He didn't do it. Not only did he not do it, this is going to help somebody. He felt guilty about cutting Saul's garment. When was the last time you felt guilty about what you did wrong to somebody? When was the last time you felt guilty Let me show you what we do. We throw the rock and hide. And that's why you gotta buy blinds every month, because you stay in your blinds all the time. They close when you're picking up. How come only the middle part of your blind is always dirty and always broken? Mind your business. All of my business belongs to me. Did you forget you was in a cave one time? And So, I'm saying, watch this. And so 1 Samuel 24 and 5 says, watch. Now it happened, watch this. Now it happened afterward that David's heart troubled him because he had cut Saul's robe. Verse 6. And he said to his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing to my master. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this revelation. Look at somebody telling catch the revelation. He said to his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing to my master. Wait a minute. My master, the Lord's anointed. Hold up. David was next. But currently, the anointed one was Saul. And he was still reigning. God had not removed Saul. You're casting lots for my position, and I'm still. So I got to be careful, because you will make me look like I have two heads, because you want to be the head. Wow. You say good over here. Thank you. Watch this. He said, God forbid. I should do this thing to my master. Listen, wow, as wicked as Saul was, he was David's master. Oh, Lord.
Come on here. Come on here.
Oh, Lord, I don't have time.
Hold on, yes, you do.
I don't have time. He was David's master. And David did wrong to his master. Right. I know why it's quiet. I know why a hush gun came over. He did wrong. And he was repentant in his heart. He said, God forbid I did this to the Lord's anointed. He said, I stretched out my hand against him, knowing that he is the anointed of the Lord.
Come on.
They may not be your cup of tea, but if they're anointed, you better not touch them. I said they may not be your cup. They may not be your faith. Maybe they didn't make your 2017 and 2018 memories on Facebook and IG. I gotta say this. There is a reason why. Come here, son. Because now this ain't no joking. It's not in trouble. There's a reason why 2017 memories came up. I sent it to him. I said, why are you all in my memories? 2018 came up last night. Why are you all? He came up several times. Doreen came up. Timothy came up. Other people came up. I sent it to everybody about 12:40 because I was up cooking white lima beans and neck bones for a member. Pork neck bones, so that's not for you, bitch. I'm not going to tell you who it is, and don't you tell him, because I'm going to start charging. Y'all didn't know I know how to make them things up. I said, why are you in my memory? You know why? It's my phone. But he takes selfies every Sunday with my phone. But it's not just my phone where he has selfies. There are selfies in his heart. And although he would be the next director from a choir from me or next praise leader after me, he knew when it was his time to be praise leader. And he knows now that once he hears my voice, he relinquishes the mic. That's why God keeps blessing him over. He knows his place. He's anointed. God was anointing him to be a praise leader when he wasn't here. Because it was a lot of work on me to be a praise leader, preach, direct, take up the offering. And so God had him in a cave.
Yeah. That is good.
And I said, son, stand up. My son, mother. It's time to come home. Andrea went in the picture. It was another little light skin chick. You're not the first baby. But you are the last. And the last shall be. Stand up, sugar, and tell him, tell him. Tell him it's me. Look, tell him, say it's me. Look at him, tell him. Say it's me. Ha! Watch this. I said it's time to come home. Time to get out the cave. Come out of Cleveland, come out of there. I ain't got no place to stay. I ain't got no job. I said it's time to come home. Knew he was going to be a help. I had help. I just needed some more help. Knew he was going to be a help in the ministry. What am I going to do? I said, give me your resume. I said, I'm going to send it to this lady, Linda Ware. She gets everybody a job. I ain't going to talk about the people that she got jobs for, what they did. I ain't going to do that. He said, well, I said, she's going to get you a job. Where I'm going to live? I said, go live with your mama till you, you're going to live with your mama for a while. And then once you get a job, you get a little, get a little something. I'll give you $10, $15. I ain't going to miss it. I'll give you 10. He listened. It was time to come out the cave. Because God needed to openly magnify himself through him. I need to tell you today that today is your day. Harold, I need about 65 of you. Anybody 65 years old? I need about 65 of you to just walk out your cave right now. If I was you, I wouldn't count to see 10. Walk out. Walk out. Walk. Look at myself. I'm coming out. 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 Tell me I'm coming out. Tell me I'm coming out. Tell me I'm coming out. Tell him I'm coming out because it's my time. Tell him I'm coming out because I'm not taking nothing from nobody. I'm not discrediting nobody. I'm not tearing nobody's name down. It's my time. I'm coming out. It's my turn. God is getting ready to establish me.
Yes.
I'm going to close like this. I'm going to close like this. Listen, get back to the seats real quick. Just play something for me. I'm going to close like this. Watch this. I'm going to close it like this. Watch this. So, it wasn't David's cave. Whose cave was it? Willoughby. I realized that there were some times, Sister Alston, that when I was put in the cave, it wasn't even for me to protect myself. I was put in the cave to lay before God on behalf of somebody else. And one of the hardest things to do, watch this. So you could preach this at another church. I'm going to give you all those names. You can preach it. The hardest thing to do is to continuously, just tell me if I'm right or wrong. The hardest thing to do is to continuously keep praying for somebody or somebody's that seem like I'm gonna tell you what, you want to find the true color of somebody? Start saying no. Deacon Andre, if you're watching, I'm gonna do it 3 times. You want to see the real true color? You want to see somebody's loyalty? Start saying no. Start saying no. And watch the transformation. The Bible says that it's put in the cave. And while Saul, watch this, while Saul desired to kill him, Saul couldn't touch David because God put him in the cave. Adullam, listen. Stop. Stop. Stop burning bridges. I can't be the best thing. I'm just saying I as a personal pronoun. I can't be the best thing since Chinese tea. And one misunderstanding, I'm the worst thing ever. Trustee Hunter told me today, she was in the lobby, so she was hugging me a little bit. I said, I need a better hug than that. I said, I need a couple of hugs and a beverage. Deaconess Housen, why are you laughing? Don't smile like that. Don't smile like that. Trying to give him a little points. Don't smile like that. Deacon Coxon asking me, you want to say something? Yeah. Mike? No. Watch this. It was just, and I had to tell myself this. It was just a misunderstanding.
Was that so hard?
It was just a be honest and say, you know, I didn't tell you, but I was going through something. So I lashed out. So she hugged me. She said, I was going to send you a message. She said, but no, she said, now this is Pat now, because y'all think that she know everything. No, stop it. You know what she said, I ain't seen no message now. She said, because you wasn't feeling me this week. How you tell me I'm not feeling you this week, and you hugging me like I'm that coat on your back. Because her coat was fitting her. She hugged. They hit David in the cave. It saved David's life.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
And his cave became his recovery room. So I'm going to close like this. He said, wow. So you might be facing a dark spell in your life. That's that old time. Can you come over for a spell? A spell is not spending the night. Just a spell. Back in the day, the father of the daughter would stand at the door. Right? Sister Eloise in there? When the little boy comes, when they let the little boy come. And he ain't going too many times. Because he go, oh, country father, he'll go get that shotgun and go outside and shoot in the air. Pow! I bet that boy whole tail and get it. Watch this. Hit him. Couldn't touch him. You might be in a dark spell of your life. But I'm going to do this and I'm done. Trustee Brown, come, because you're not going to talk about me today like you talked about me last week. Watch this. Watch this. I want you to hear this. I want to come down on this one. Because she getting ready to ask for us second Sunday back dues and seed offering. I want to come down because I want to be near the money that's coming to me. Because I want y'all to be able to see me. Whatever it is. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all can't tell me then I didn't have so much movement. When I tell you I did a workout, I tell you I've been moving around. I did cardio and everything. Watch this. You might be in a dark spell. I'm done. You might be in a dark spell. And I want you to understand that there are times when God has to take us back. Because these modern things, microwavable. The best way to heat fried chicken, to reheat it, is in the oven. Right. In the aluminum. The microwave it just as tough. It's tough. You ever notice you put something in the microwave? If you're not careful, by the time you get it from the microwave to the table, you're like, oh man, I gotta do it again. You know how many times God said that about us? I gotta do it again. Wow. But I want to thank God for it. I want to thank God for doing it again. You might be in a dark spell. We're going to pray. But I want you to understand that what God is doing in you now is He's taking you back to the original way of developing pictures.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Years ago, when you took your film out of the camera, you could not expose it. Oh my Shia.
Yes.
It could not become exposed to light. If it was exposed to light, the pictures, everybody can't see you right now.
Oh,
You can't be at everybody's party. You can't be at everybody's dinner. Stop feeling bad about you didn't get an invitation and somebody else did. Thank you for not inviting me. One less card, one less check, one less gift. One less, did you see what he was doing? One less gossip topic. I have friends to go out with. And then whether I drink a ginger ale or a ginger beer, you're not gonna post this, but you can keep it. You're in the dark room, you're being developed. Nowadays, you got your phone. Cha-ching.